So,
Just
does
like,
anybody watch What We Do in the Shadows?
yes.
Do you think that vampires can also have ghosts separate from vampires?
Well, I am a vampire ghost, so I feel very qualified.
Yeah, I was
going to
say.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb
I
you
think
at
that that's
such a
a
late
very
hour.
funny idea in the show.
No worries, my son. I'm still
And I
quite
also
young.
think that, like,
Just
the
return.
idea of exploring... Like,
Yes.
I've done this in role-playing games. The idea of exploring the fact that, like,
I've forgotten
multiple
what I
types of
wanted.
undead may not be mutually exclusive. Like, you can have your zombie self and your
I
ghost
don't
self.
know.
What it really comes down to is that, like, few systems really have a cohesive ideology of being undead.
May I help you, child? You seem
Wait,
I mean,
we
it-
forgot
I
everything?
haven't the strength.
No,
to
he's
cross
he's
the
disturbed
threshold.
because he came here specifically to confess.
To cleanse
But
my
then
soul.
he just encountered a thing where a cross made him freak out and he couldn't even deal with that. So, like, what does that mean where you simultaneously feel guilty and your entire moral upbringing is based on this idea of religion, but suddenly your religion is literally something that is physically repulsing you?
All three of these things mean the same thing.
But this
Yeah.
is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as
Ironically, when a game gives you 3 ways to say the same thing, especially when you're saying no, it really means yes.
I've words for one departed.
Is it a private concern or a private matter? Think fast, Josh. Think fucking fast.
burn,
You do not want to screw this up.
yet I see the pain that lies beyond.
This is like an unfortunately
Lighten
helpful
the burden
priest
of
here.
all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me.
Most are, I would say.
the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
Wait, how does he know she was a girl? Our sister could... We're not grown-ass adult. Our sister could be like 40, for all he knows.
Back then, all
Do
women
you
were
want to tell him
girls.
that she was murdered?
Yeah.
I guess this is maybe reflective of what Reed himself thinks of it. Was it murder or an accident?
She
I'd
was
say murder, because it's just like, it makes it more awkward for him.
And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel
responsible. Why is that? I murdered
is
him.
consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words
Are you
would
a
like
vampire?
to say to your poor sister?
It wasn't.
He does seem pretty set on finding those responsible.
He does, but does he? Actually? He doesn't seem set on it. It just seems to, like, keep popping up on his to-do list. Like, it's something he's meaning to get around to. Forgive me seems like the strongest character thing to do.
Yeah.
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Alright, cool. Now we don't have to worry. What?
I know you're not supposed to judge people, but that was a bit placid. Sister,
confessed.
I murdered you. I committed murder. I feel guilty about the murder because it was me that murdered you.
Only time will
Please forgive me for the murder I did. Okay. Well, have a good weekend.
You up for poker night later? I guess.
Like, Absolution is one thing, although he's presumably an Anglican vicar.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Is like I haven't been to church in decades, but like, when did Anglican churches really do the confessional stuff? I thought that was more of a Catholic thing.
That is a
I
Catholic
think Anglican
thing.
churches do
Let me
it.
look this up. Let me look this up. Because I don't want to get this wrong.
I
Let me look this up. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this up. I'm, because I don't want to get this wrong. Let me look this
Like, certainly, like,
Oh, good, more
pastors
of
would
you
lend an
people.
ear.
In the Anglican tradition, confession and absolution is usually a component part of corporate worship. Okay. That what just happened was more or less reflective of, like, the Anglican paradigm of confession, as far as I can tell.
Come on, don't fall off so I can... Oh, fucking... let me lock onto him. God, I need to eat him.
Just watching Josh get whacked with a cross cane is my favorite thing now.
And can you imagine that the priest just, like, opens the door with his cup of tea, like, goes to sip it, just, like, looks over and sees the guy who just confessed to him is just, like, getting whacked in the back of the head over and over again by a guy with a cross stick? Just, like, whap, 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 whap. And then, like, the guy just
Please
turns
don't say
around and
that.
starts beating the priest with a nail bat. Don't say whap. Was that what you're saying?
Yes. Yes.
Why not?
The context of that
Topicality.
word is changed.
For the better.
I'm
Good.
not
You
touching it with a
should
10
be
foot.
talking about that more. You should.
When I use
It should be
Batman style
entering every
onomatopoeia.
Discord.
That is what
Yeah.
I want people to be thinking of.
Oh, those guys don't seem to mind. Oh, come on. They just put more of these trash mobs wandering around.
But we're gonna have lots of XP. It's gonna be neat.
We don't get that much XP from killing these guys.
Do your healy doos. Freeze him! Freeze him with your magic freezies!
I don't have my magic freezes. It's not off cooldown. Now it is.
Whew. That was invigorating.
You know, he's still up there.
He's like level 26 and you're still level 11. We desperately need to grind.
Screaming.
What's the worst
You know,
thing
you're
that
good-
can happen?
He fights him, dies, and we have to go through those trash mobs again.
That's not too bad. I mean, he hasn't gotten tagged yet. This is doable in a Bloodborne boss sort of way. Nice, see, he's putting on a clinic.
All right. What the?
The
Why did I
doctor's
start
in.
reading a note?
The wet boot boy.
Okay.
Boy.
that is my unauthorized sequel to WAP.
I'm sure
Whoop,
Albert
whoop, whoop.
would like to know he's been accepted by
Whoop.
the Wet Boot Boys.
That's the line. That's the line you take out of context and put on your portfolio if you're a writer for this game. It's like other studios want to be like, all right, so what's the line of dialogue you're most proud of? Albert will be pleased to hear he was accepted into the Wet Boot Boys. What's the context for that? I don't remember.
We could go tell Albert.
Fear be gone. I would harm
There's some
no
boots
child.
in this house. There's some boots in this house.
This is your doing.
Jesus Christ.
You made me this creature. What are you? I am the land. You
And where can I get a cool hat like that?
What are you saying? England made us a vampire?
I
You
mean,
want to just tell him to
if we're
cut
going
it
to lean
out
into
or
some sort of
play along?
imperialism metaphor.
It's been a very eventful evening stroll we've had. We've been accosted
Yeah.
by, like, 2 different mysterious NPCs that don't explain shit.
Now you insult my mind.
We also buried our sister, then confessed to her murder.
I bring understanding.
Killed, like,
We also
3 or 4
discovered
different
that,
priests.
you know, crucifixes are bad news.
An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
Like, it's just like a bit of a strangely paced game.
Epidemic. Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron.
I want to take that sound sample and just play it in response to various news stories for the next 2 years.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave.
Hey, he's now talking about the stuff Rutskarn was talking about.
Made me is
Yeah,
some sort
hey,
of disembodied
alright.
entity.
Let's see where it goes from
Or
here,
was he
then.
just projecting this vision in my mind?
I think we'll meet up with Edgar, and then
Maybe
that'll be
Edgar
the
can help
end.
me with this one.
No. We're going to meet up with Edgar, and then we're going to choose how to level up, and that'll be the end.
Yes.
God protect
We'll make
us.
the choice.
You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you.
How,
go about
how does everybody know we're a
You
vampire?
set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's
Again, everybody knows. It's just we like to think there's a masquerade.
You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor.
Look, I promise I haven't eaten any of the patients. I can't say anything for anybody else, but...
Every vampire in this universe has like a big V in their forehead, but no vampires can see it, but all the humans can.
Leave him, Jonathan.
Oh my god, that is such a video game man. Look at that video
Yeah.
game man. Like the
Look at him.
stubble, the side shades, the
Wait.
like ugly ears.
Alex, what do you think of that scarf slash shirt? Is that like a really too loose like turtleneck, or is it a scarf?
I mean, I would say it's like some sort of ascot, right?
Bad news.
It's hard to say.
But it like was.
Bad news.
Do ascots get tucked into your vest?
They could if they're too long.
What happened?
So like the problem is that
guess.
video game studios can't
We have
make
injured
Peaky
patients,
Blinders
at least
style
one
male
dead,
fashions
several
because of like the way you have to like
This is spiraling
rubberize
out of
bodies
control.
unless you're
Even the most
spending
infirm
millions of
are
dollars
asking
on
to
your
be
video
allowed to return
game.
home.
Like more millions of dollars than usual.
Yeah.
So it always looks really bad because like it
I don't
like
know
the
what
collar always
Peaky
looks like.
Blinders fashion means. What's that mean?
Have you seen the show?
Are you worried
No.
about the situation? Or
It's a
Oh,
show.
it's like-
okay.
It's
like
yeah.
what the hell?
Time to think of
It's
oneself.
like the kinds of clothing. You know how like there's
If we
that
can't afford a public
thing
scandal, it would ruin
a
us.
decade ago when
We
Mad
must
Men was
restore
huge,
order
where
and
like
quickly.
Yeah.
You mentioned a dead patient.
people who didn't really have a personality beyond whiskey and pipes wanted to look like Mad Men. Now it's Peaky
Yeah.
Blinders.
Harriet,
Oh,
Oh,
okay. So
man.
it's just the same.
I found her room like a sword.
Yeah,
A carry on,
same kind of-
like a spillover,
Duty
crossover.
nurse is taking care of the mess.
Yeah.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know
You know,
this
looking
place
at it,
needs
Peaky
some
Blinders seems to have the same haircut
I
as
have
Jonathan Reed.
noticed how you suppress your appetite when
Yeah,
around the
no, that's
stars
like
and
if you're going back to
You
that
can
era
control
of history,
I
like nobody wants to just look like a nerd, so you gotta have
Sure
the
helped.
you gotta resurrect
Whoa.
that style that's kind of popular now with like the edgy shaved side
So
head.
Hampton became more
It's like the same thing with Boardwalk Empire. Like all the tough guys in that show have that haircut.
Of vampire activity.
It's unfortunate they all look like white supremacists, but you know, what can you do?
Well, that's.
Jesus, they-
I mean, we're kind of getting back around to whiskey and pipes here. Like, there's like a lot of overlap where that demographic is like trying to bring back this aesthetic. Not that there's anything wrong with this
I will
aesthetic. I
protect
just think that it's
and your
well, I
staff.
I don't like white
Colin is a
supremacists. And also,
God will
this
stop
games
it
like this
bluffing. You don't know
overusage
what they're
because,
capable
like,
of, Jonathan.
again,
Very
it's the
well.
most like
Since I brought Mr.
macho
Hampton
masculine
here,
thing
I
from this
will
era
put
to
an
our
end to
modern
this.
eyes.
Unfortunately, there's a long history of fascists ruining certain trends in fashion.
Oh boy, yes.
Yeah. And everywhere else.
Like I don't want to like imply that like viewers who enjoy pipes and whiskey and sideburn like that side shave head look and like waistcoats like these are bad things to be interested in. It's
No,
a
no,
solid
no.
look.
It's just kind of one of those unfortunate relations.
Sean Hampton
I'd have
lives
my
and
own
breathes for the
demographic in this
well-being of
matches.
his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
All right, let's
so
level up.
Leveling up. Yep.
Let's get in a fight about how to level up.
Hard fighting. Is it possible to learn this power?
Not from a swan.
Big thirst.
Did you not notice that before?
No.
What?
Big thirst.
That is called Big Thirst.
Just like, what are some vampire abilities you could learn for combat? Hard bite, big thirst.
Look,
What
the
else?
game is. It's a vampire game. It's going to be quietly horny. That's just the reality of things.
Big Thirst isn't a
spear.
vampire ability. That's my ability towards vampire.
Exactly.
Super effective.
Ultimate. What the hell are these?
Blood Cauldron. I love it.
Oh, that feels like a Diablo 2 necromancer ability.
Blood Cauldron is my new goth metal band.
I like that there's an ultimate version of your bomb.
That
What's
is what
the
Blood Cauldron
ultimate
is.
science? Do you get ultimate science, or is it just whatever?
It's just being able to carry more syringes.
That's stupid.
Invested
They
in
couldn't
big
even
su-
give us like another thing.
That's what they teach you in medical school. That's what an internship is about. Like, hey, I'm here for my residence. Oh yeah, rookie, how many syringes you carrying? Oh, 5 syringes. Lightweight.
This isn't
Look,
even-
look at this.
This doesn't even do all that much more damage than Shadow Mist does. Dealing damage to the target and anything is... I guess the 230 damage is the AoE and the 400 is the direct damage to target, but our only upgraded one, Shadow Mist, is 300 all around, so... Interrupts enemy in the area and unenemy, so it's just one. Yeah.
That's a really cool picture, though. I mean, that's...
Vampire will regenerate and absorb a part of a target's blood.
If I saw that picture in an RPG manual, I'd be like, sick. I'm grabbing that one.
I see. So this is like, hold, it gives us blood, and then it does damage?
Yeah, the target and everything nearby. Looks good. Go for it.
Yeah, let's try that. What ultimate did you get, Chris?
I think I went with this one. It's been a while.
You didn't get the claws one?
No, because I had claws.
Alright, let's see.
You don't want to overinvest in one kind of damage.
300.
That's such a distressing noise it makes when you invest in the skill.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it. I mean, like, it's kind of a gothic horror game, so...
The following night.
More people getting sick. We should probably try to fix this at some point.
We should probably do that. Alright, see you next week for
Adios.
more Vampire Ghosts.
This game is very different than I was imagining. Like, when I heard that it was from the people who did Life is Strange, like, I really imagined something much more like a Telltale game.
But
No,
then
this
you
is
remember
much
they also
closer
did
to
Remember Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
that
never
was
played
an
that.
action game.
I always forget about Remember Me. I think
can't
most
tell if
of
that's
us
a
forget
pun.
about Remember Me. It was a joke. It was a bad joke.